Hey, what's going on, guys? xiangqi here. In this video we're gonna have a look at the game played by two Go playing programs. So we're gonna be testing GnuGo versus Pachi. And the reason for doing this is to have a look at the core difference between like old era Go playing programs, like before AlphaGo introduced its revolutionary approach to actually make the Go playing programs using neural networks, and a modern one which actually does make use of that approach. So GnuGo is going to be playing versus Pachi. And why Pachi is so interesting? So it actually indeed does use a neural network as a source of a good moves, so-called policy network. It's not clear whether it's actually using a neural network for the evaluation or not, or it's using a handcrafted one. I'm not clear at this point. But anyway, well, AlphaGo did, if I'm not mistaken, but not sure about the Pachi. But even if it doesn't, even if both engines have a sort of a handcrafted evaluation, in any case, this so-called policy network is an instrument that is driving so-called Monte Carlo research algorithm, which actually results in a very interesting and human-like play in many regards. And what is even more interesting here is that when you see how GnuGo plays, when you play versus GnuGo as a human player, you kind of see how limited it is. So it just like has the strategy it has is hard coded. So it's not really searching the strategy. Well, at least it doesn't seem so. While the idea is that kind of GnuGo, like from the player's perspective, it just plays from the general consideration. So it tries to grab the corners, then the sides, then tries to put the stones in the center, trying to grab a big moyo, and then just trying to win in that way. But if opponent starts kind of reducing that, starts doing something in return, it just tries to say what it has so far. So it's not trying to invent something. It's not trying to, I just want to say that if what is hard coded within the GnuGo actually works, if you're weak enough, in that case it just wins. Otherwise it just tries to secure the territory it already has, and that's pretty much all about it. Well, what the Pachi does, so Pachi goes for a very interesting game. So he instead is trying to, he's building his entire game starting from the opening, and he's trying to come up with a position determined by this policy network that is considered to be in Black's favor. And it's actually searching all, like, it's very connected, not in terms of the shape are being connected. Well, obviously the shape are connected as well, but it's really connected in terms of like I just want to show you this. It's really easier to see how it works rather than to explain. So just a few words on the competitors here. So Pachi, simple modular framework for programs playing the game of Go, of xiangqi and Bedok, and reasonably strong engine built within this framework. And another important note that actually it's not using GPU, so it's pure CPU implementation, which I personally really love, and just works nicely on older hardware, which is fantastic. It does result in being weaker, however, but anyway. So the default engine plays by Chinese rules and should be about 7 Dan KGS strength on 9x9 board. On 19x19 can hold solid second Dan on modest hardware like a Raspberry Pi, for instance, with a deep convolutional neural networks, or faster machines like Intel ISM without this DCNN. When using a large cluster, it makes 3rd to 4th Dan, and using this big cluster, he won a 7-stone handicap gap game against 9P professional Zhou Junxun. So which is really solid. It's not the AlphaGo's level, but it's really solid. So on my machine, on my laptop, it should be playing on 19 by 19 board. Well, I believe this should be somewhere first or second, about like that. And the estimate strength of GnuGo, as reports here, it's a question mark. It's hard to measure that accurately, but it's around the 5th queue. So it's really much weaker as opposed to Pachi. So let's have a look how the game goes, and I'll try to comment probably more from the programmer's perspective, because I can't comment from the player's perspective because I know very little about the game at the moment, even though I study hard. But anyway, so just to give an idea in regards to the domination of Pachi over the GnuGo, I just want, I would be playing Pachi, would be playing black, so it would have an advantage, and GnuGo is going to be playing white. Pachi wins in any case. I tried like many games and Pachi like always wins. I don't know, maybe there are some situations when Pachi can lose, but well, I didn't yet see it's losing at least once, so yeah. But when it plays black, GnuGo usually just resigns, and what a masterpiece here is that how actually Pachi develops the game. And this is really how a professional player would actually meant to be outplaying GnuGo as the engine that doesn't have the neural network driving the search. And I'm not even sure what kind of search GnuGo is actually using, whether it's using Monte Carlo tree search like Pachi does, or maybe somewhat different. What I can say for sure from observing how it plays, it definitely can handle the forced variations. But again, like in regards to this strategic move, trying to grab some territory, probing moves, it's really hard to say how actually he is calculating that. And yeah, it's really not that clear. But anyway, the game would actually show the actual difference. So hopefully it would be clear after why this revolutionary approach with neural networks is actually so powerful. So let's start the game. So engine and start engine versus engine game. And here we go. So both engines are logging here, right? Pachi thinks longer. I didn't set any time control, so GnuGo is playing at its biggest strength, and it just makes move faster than Pachi. Well, here it's most likely it's the opening, because GnuGo does have some opening databases. So let's try to see what happens. So Pachi puts the stones onto the start points, so potentially looking for the corners. Here, trying to grab the side one day, and here it's already getting interesting. So potentially this stone might die if not careful. And here, well, Pachi is trying to make a living group, so potentially has an influence to the corner. And if it's not capable of making a living group here, then at very least it would be able to run to the center, which would be nice. And already you see like White's position here is miserable. So this group is not doing much. This group is grabbing just a few squares, while Black here surrounds really more territory. So here White's trying to break Black's territory a little bit, but yeah, Black ignores, so White secures even more. Okay, so now this entire part of the board potentially belongs to White. So this is gonna be White's territory, I believe. Black's territory is about to be here, somewhere here, and potentially here, but this is very vague at the moment, so it's hard to say. Okay, so Black is trying to establish now the territory on top. Okay, so far so good. Securing the corner, so potentially might be going here, trying to grab the corner, maybe not. So probably would try to grab the outside. But so far it's okay. So far both players are fine. So GnuGo has the left and the right sides. Pachi has this part in the corner, and this part, so three corners versus two sides basically. So counter pincer, so GnuGo extends towards the center, and somewhere from this point it starts getting interesting. So you see this moves by GnuGo, so these are really hard-coded ones. So when you play, it's really like always the same. So the most interesting part would start here. So how would they fight for the central territory? Because here on the sides and here on top and here on bottom, they are around equal. So the one who would first try to grab more territory in the center would actually win the game. So let's see how it happens. So this move already seems to be strange at very least. So maybe white is trying to secure something, but actually it's not trying to grab the territory, which is not good. And potentially this group is weak, and it might even die, because if black doesn't allow it to make two eyes, then definitely it's gonna be dead after. So let's see what happens. So currently Pachi is dominating this group. And well, GnuGo goes at this moment. Well, he secures, so otherwise black would just put the stone there. Would it be much better? But you see, like, it just gets surrounded. So it's already clearly seen that, well, this group, even if this group leaves, so say white plays here and then maybe here. So even if this white group leaves, then it would be 1, 2, 3, maybe three points of territory. That's miserable. Okay, by the time what is good for white, it just breaks black's territory a little bit. So black secures, white extends. So white is looking for center currently. So now black's territory is a little bit ruined. But you see, like, instead of trying to secure this territory, black is actually approaching towards the center, because it understands that if he manages to grab all of this territory, then he wins the game. So I believe that's his major plan for this game. While white does not do that for some reason, so it just instead tries to secure the territory that already belongs to him, more or less. So yeah, and you just notice how Pachi does two things simultaneously. So seemingly he attacks this weak group, which might be really dead if not careful. So if, say, black plays here, white can connect, and if he makes a living shape here, then it's okay. But if not, it can die actually. But what is even more interesting, that these moves are actually calmly trying to grab the territory. So all white knows is this one-step jump from its group towards the center. It seems like it's just a hard-coded thing there. So it's like all it knows. So it tries to get out from there, but doesn't quite work, because already you see, like, this is starting to look like black's moyo already. So it's not yet a territory; it's just a moyo, but it's really getting kind of crushing. So at this time, I believe at this time it's just a matter of technical part of the game. So the major kind of territorial frameworks are almost being set up here in this game. So yeah, not much really. Well, what is good for GnuGo, that it actually eventually manages to secure the site, which is good. But Pachi is really dynamic. So instead of trying to grab the territory statically, instead it tries to develop its thickness at some point, like here, and the influence towards the center. He's very good at creating living groups. So even if black cuts here, even if white cuts here, then I believe that Pachi would be able to create a living group out of these 3 stones. Yeah, but it secures. So yeah, it actually at this moment it decides to secure. Now the stones are safe if only this group is going to be able to make 2 eyes, which I believe should be the case. But anyway, with this maneuver, actually reduce the white territory a little bit, and it's not real clear for white of how to develop. So the idea is that black has a clear idea of where to develop, so it needs to develop here at this part of the board, and the rest is just a matter of like satisfying the borders for both sides. It's really like nothing really special there. So it's Pachi attacks. Well, I'm not sure. Well, actually, yeah, white could simply capture here. It didn't for some reason. So this stone seems to be dead now. These 2 stones, I don't know how Pachi is going to live with these 2 stones unless he connects. So if he connects, then he should connect here, because otherwise he's just going to die there. Okay, so he makes might not be 100% an eye here, but at least white can capture. and he just grabs some territory, and maybe if he would manage to make a living group here somewhere, in this case it would be not that bad. So again, like, he's going for destroying white's territory, which is, so this territory is supposed to be white's. So I believe this entire territory was meant to be white's territory, but you see, like, it invades so nicely that even if it loses a couple of stones, still it seems like he's gonna make a living group here. So just at least here on the very side. So not only grabbing its own territory, not only extending towards the center, but actually also destroying opponent's territory. So it actually does all the things that a professional Go player would do in this position, and that's exactly how the professional Go players have been outplaying programs, Go playing programs before neural networks existed, because they knew this, all this, how a lot of principles they should be considering. And it's not just a matter of knowing them, because you can hardcode whatever knowledge to a plain program, but the problem is how to drive that properly. So it's the question of priorities, and that policy neural network is exactly the exact mechanism that actually allows to accurately consider one priority over another, which results in this fantastic play, which turns to be really stronger. So you just have a look, like how connected. Well, black is not connected really. So like these groups are not connected, but it just it has a grip on all over the board. While it dominates, it just dominates, and white just tries to live, and I'm not even sure if white actually manages to live. So white connects here, them, and down below here, then potentially white lives. But if black actually allows it to do so, because if this group is not going to be connected to this group, for instance, then this group is going to die, because there is no enough room to make two eyes. And I'm not sure why actually GnuGo is trying to do here. Well, probably he's still okay. I'm not sure, but and anyway, even if this group lives, so first of all, it doesn't grab any territory, maybe just 1 point here, and on the other side, black potentially can build something here. But what is good for whites, that actually he didn't allow black to grab this whole lot of territory, which is that's definitely good for whites. So we need to admit that GnuGo is doing the best it can, and it holds very nicely at this point. All right. So connects here. No, it extends. So it's another. Well, I don't. I would connect probably, but in that case, white could potentially maybe close this, and this is not going anywhere. But he tries to extend. So he tries. It's like he's started building his territory in the place where it doesn't seem to doesn't mean to exist, but he actually does it there. So I will not be surprised if he plays here. Nope, he just captures. Okay. So I'm not going to be surprised if black plays here after, right, and tries to make a control of this line at some point. Yeah. So, as I said, I'm not surprised of this move. Yeah, it's quite reasonable. It's quite reasonable. So where else then he goes? So probably here. Nope, just close. Well, if white doesn't close, then it definitely goes here. So this group and this group should be connected, for otherwise these stones are doomed to die. And this group, well, this group can connect to this one, so hopefully it lives. So hopefully for white it lives. We'll see. All right. So here probably black is trying to get a few points to the list. So they're gonna play here. Nope. Attacks. Whoa. Yeah, and Oh, that's interesting. So if black plays here, then it just the black would play here instead. But now it can't capture. It doesn't capture though, so it's okay to sacrifice the stone. It's okay to sacrifice the stone. This one, if white plays here. Okay, so probably forced to play here now to save. Nope, it doesn't do this. It just secures the territory instead. That's interesting. So how is it going to make this stones alive? Is it going actually to make this stones alive? I'm wondering. For otherwise, this is gonna be quite a huge territory for whites, and I'm really getting a little bit concerned. However, what is even more interesting that suddenly these stones start looking like they are dead. So potentially, if black actually manages to grab this entire territory, then I believe it would definitely be better. And yeah, so white just spent too many stones. So maybe even if white captures this group, it just spent too many stones, and as opposed to the amount of stones black has spent to grab this entire corner. If black only manages to kill these stones. Okay, so capture, so double Atari here, so it's threatened to capture. Okay, capture, so probably here. But in this case, is it gonna leave actually? So it's really unclear. So how is it gonna? So if it plays here, and then if white plays here, then how black leaves? Okay, so must have move here, must play here. Okay, so this is one eye. So if plays here, then that would be two eyes. But is this? Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, black doesn't play here. So he's confident enough to know that these stones are not gonna die, and these stones are not gonna die either. Or maybe he just sacrifices those stones. I'm not sure really. But already, yeah. And here GnuGo resigned. So you might be wondering why. Like there's a whole lot of things to play, but actually we'll now turn the position estimate, because score is not going to be working here. It's just a matter of the estimate. But just to give you an idea that here Pachi managed to grab this whole lot of territories. This is almost the fourth part of the entire board. Well, not exactly, but almost. And also he has this here. Also these stones most likely, so play here, most likely are gonna be alive. So a couple of points here, then this is gonna be the black's territory definitely, then this is gonna be the black's territory, but it could potentially extend a bit more. Then this is gonna be black's territory, some point here potentially. And what white really have here? So let's have a look what white has. So white has this piece of territory. Let's say white has this, and even all the points for captured stones, and this, and maybe a few points here, and that's pretty much all about it. So white is completely tied up in this game. So let's have a look at the estimate, so just to make sure that actually, yeah, so it's like it shows almost what I've shown, but well, the estimate doesn't know that these stones are dead. Well, actually these stones are dead, so this is how it should be. So black plus 56 in this case. And by the way, the GnuGo has the command estimate score. So let's just have a look how likely. Okay, so actually GnuGo considers that black's not going to be plus 56, but actually black is going to be plus 76. So this is how horribly GnuGo considers his loss. So like losing 66 points, which is just a fantastic amount. So it's really fantastic. So yeah, and as I mentioned, yeah, this black stones actually die. So what is also cool here is that how nicely Pachi sacrifices this whole lot of stones, but eventually he gets this fantastic control over the rest of the board. And what I really like even more is that it just doesn't have a free room for white to create some territory. So it's all so solid, so tied up. So there is no space. So this was Pachi playing black versus GnuGo, and well, let's have a look. Probably, yeah, just to have an overall complete picture of how this works. Let's try to play another game, and this time it's not going to be that crucial difference, but anyway, so this time we'll ask GnuGo to play black, okay, and we'll ask Pachi to play as white. Okay, so let's start. So now, yeah, now you see like GnuGo is playing black. Well, it's a little bit strangely looking opening move for me. So it's a bit too high, so I'm not sure. So maybe it's just trying to grab more territory in this way, but it doesn't care about the invasions that are perfectly possible here, like third line and maybe even the fourth line as well. So, well, at this moment it seems like GnuGo is dreaming of having just this huge moyo and then extending it to the center. But like I said, so here we see the first invasion, which is absolutely like it's hard to imagine a different approach rather than to invade here, because it's a whole lot of territory. So potentially, so yeah, it's probably a Joseki sequence. So here white can take the inside and black can develop thickness in the outside as the compensation and still trying to approach towards the center. So that's pretty balanced approach so far. So another invasion. So like Pachi instantly makes use of the fact that GnuGo actually is too high. So by saying high, I mean like too far from the board edge. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fifth line. It's a bit too far. It's too high. Yeah. Now finally, it's trying to get low. So it's trying to grab this piece of territory potentially, because it now sees that like white is invading and breaking everything. So here actually GnuGo is trying to break white's territory. So white takes whatever he can so far, right? And so you will see this move made by GnuGo a lot of times. So it just makes this one step jumps towards the center when he invades. I believe this is just a hard-coded thing. Well, interestingly, the patch actually kind of mimics that at some point, and not only mimics that, it also tries to actually like exactly the same thing that it did in the previous game. So he's trying to surround this group, right? So for now, just securing a little bit of a territory. So now probably this is must-have move, or maybe here. Nope. Okay. Yeah. So you see, like Pachi considers surrounding this group to be strategically more appropriate, because this territory, like a couple of points here, probably doesn't make that much of a sense, while taking control over the center in this case is crucial. And we see exactly the same scenario again. So see, like it's just enclosing black's group. So now black group is weak. So it potentially might not have enough room to make two eyes. And by the time of surrounding, so it's not, Pachi is not only surrounding his group, it's actually building a solid thickness around, which gives it an influence towards the center and here to the sides as well. So, well, black actually can escape, but all the black can think of here, well, actually, this move is just executing black here. So it just executes black completely. So it's like, okay, so black can make two eyes here. That's okay, but you have a look at this fantastic thickness. Okay, black made two eyes, so black is gonna leave here, but it gains 1, 2, 3 points. That's it. It just took 3 points using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 stones to get 3 points. It's very inefficient, and it completely lost the control over the game flow. It completely lost the battle for the center. So yeah, it just makes a living group here, it's okay, but Pachi dominates so crushingly. So you just see what it does. See, it just completely dominates the position. So now this is gonna be white's territory. Now this is gonna be white's territory. Now white would be developing here and potentially try to grab this part of territory and this. And what black has? Black only has 1, 2, 3, 4 points here. Well, around 10 points here, maybe like 15 points here. And maybe 15 points a year if lucky enough, and that's pretty much all about it. The rest is white's currently. At the very least, it has more potential for having that. So here already, you see, like Pachi cuts the biggest part of the pie, right? So just cuts here, It's probably he's okay if black is trying to do something here. It's still miserable because it would just start extending from this group now, I believe, and then try to just secures the site for now. Okay, so must have move is here to secure this territory. Is it gonna consider it or make something strategic instead? Oh, well, this is even more efficient. Okay, so I don't know, probably somewhere here to reduce black's activity here. Or maybe here, or no, it just plays 4 points. It just wants a bit more, so wants like another 2 or 3 points potentially on top. All right, so far so good. So and meanwhile, reducing black's territory, pushing this, so it doesn't have enough. Maybe black lives, but it's miserable amount of territory in return. So probably here to play, or maybe even here. Nope. Yeah, so he considers connecting. You say he just considers to connect to his main group, which is interesting, because these stones are not yet alive. So either need to connect them all together in the center, or just to connect them to the living groups. Yeah, and this move actually occurs as expected. So here now, I believe they must have one, the obvious move. Okay. All right. So what black does next? Okay, so it just tries to grab a bit of a territory here, but simply here, I believe. Nope. Okay, so it just dooms this. Pachi just dooms this group, so to make sure that it either that or have a miserable amount of territory being grabbed eventually. Okay, so it decided just to doom this. So it may happen by the end of the game that this group is actually going to be completely dead, and all this is going to be white's territory, which is going to be a fantastic result for whites. Okay, and now white have all the chances to kill this group, because I don't see now already. It's very hard to make 2 eyes here. All right, securing territory. So what if black goes here? Is that really? It's probably not really that dangerous. So here to reduce. To stop black. Yeah, okay, I'm thinking like Pachi. That's nice. Okay, what else? Well, so 1, 2, 3, another 3 points grabbed by black. Yeah, not very fantastic result. So okay, just securing, and I think that Pachi is gonna be killing this group. I think he can kill. Maybe taking some vital point that I can't see yet to make sure that would happen, and this group might potentially be that. Okay, so plays here. No, probably not yet. Okay, so all right, so doesn't seem that black is trying to save this group. So say here, so even if it connects to this group, so this is not alive either. Here is just 1 eye, and I believe this is gonna be doomed soon. So I believe all of these black stones are actually dead here at this point, because I can see how black can make 2 eyes there, so it should be dead. Definitely should be dead. So maybe secure in here. I don't know. Now it just calmly grabs the territory, and it's very gentle. You see, like Pachi is very gentle. It's not making shoulder hit. It's not attaching to black stone. It just gently takes what it can. That's pretty much all about it. So it's very gentle engine. It's not going for like big tactical fight. And I really love about this engine games, they don't really fight. They just so Pachi outplays just by having a better understanding of the game itself. And this is fantastic. This is my goal basically, to kind of make use of this, of a deeper understanding of the game strategy rather than just going for fight and like hoping for the best. Okay, so probably securing here is a must-have move now to avoid the cut here. Nope, he isn't afraid of this cut. Instead, you see, like, he's not afraid of the cut, so probably he just can sacrifice this stone, put a wall here, and instead he's going to connect his groups. And well, here black can potentially build something, so Pachi really needs to take care of that. And I'm really wondering how exactly he's going to be doing that. Because for me, as a human player, it's a part of the game where I would definitely lose, because these GnuGo's hard-coded algorithms are way better than me. So yeah, I'm really wondering how Pachi is going to be doing this. All right, So he's not afraid to make this group. So he's not afraid to get surrounded. He's not afraid to get surrounded, which is fantastic. So I don't know, here maybe, or here, trying to break, trying to split. Okay, splitting black stones makes sense, but it may get enclosed here, most likely. It most likely, yes, should get enclosed. So now where it goes to live? So either here to connect, or run into the side. No, it tries to connect. So probably black would now close here. Probably block. So Pachi may even sacrifice the stone. At this point, I believe this might be the option. So black should play here, for otherwise these stones are in danger. Nope. Oh man. Okay, so 2 liberties and 2 liberties. So white is ahead. I don't know, but even he doesn't even go for this. It's like it now tries to look forwards this part of the board. Okay, black extends. So maybe here because 2 liberties, white into white's favor. No, it still doesn't want this. So see, like he actually forcing black, trying to capture this group. Can you believe this? Now this group is doomed. Now this group is dead already. So anyway, black plays here and then here, and this group is dead. So he sacrifices 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stones. But what kind of compensation is he gonna get in return? And for some reason, black doesn't even take that sacrifice. So probably because, okay, so now if black doesn't take the sacrifice, actually these stones become potentially maybe alive. So yeah, probably white wanted to grab this piece of territory. So black doesn't want that. Okay, that makes sense. And now probably here and try to connect down below with its own living group. Or potentially going for this stones and try to connect with this group and try to make 2 eyes here. That might also be the option in this game. But anyway, every next move occurs on the board, the space is getting reduced, and black is not gaining territory, while white already secured a whole lot of territory already. So all these stones most likely are dead. Well, if Pachi is playing, if I was playing, that's not the case, but if Pachi is playing, most likely these stones should be dead. These stones just getting 1, 2, 3, 4 points. That's miserable. So here white has the territory, here white has the territory. So white is much better already. It's much better. Yeah, finally this move. So this is gonna fall into the ladder basically. Yeah, if he plays here. Okay, so he wants even more. Pachi wants even more. You see like what kind of net he creates here. So he sacrifices the stone, but actually he connects his group. And now if black puts the stone here, that this entire group is gonna be dead after, because after this move, it doesn't have any chance completely. So, oh man, what are you doing? So GnuGo is probably resigned. No, not yet. I would resign this position. So white just plays here, yeah. White just plays here, and this group is dead. There is no way to save it. But on the other hand, hold on a sec. Now it's getting really intense. So actually, black can now capture. Well, this is interesting. So why did Pachi consider this? I'm a little bit confused by what just happened, to say at least. I'm not sure why did Pachi actually sacrifice the stones and give black a living group. And this still seems to be the black's territory. So I don't see the compensation. So this kind of border they built, is this the compensation? Well, maybe engine is not trying to look cool. It just try to win points. So it might be fairly enough for it to consider this sort of a thing. All right, so probably here. Nope. Oh my god, did you see this move? Does it actually help to break this entire territory? I believe this stone should be dead. I don't think there is a way to save these stones or to capture something. This stone should be dead. It should be enough space. Yeah, so here is the one eye potential. Here is another eye potential. So this stone seems to be dead. Okay, so here, GnuGo should play here. Well, yes, it does. Okay, so now Pachi should play here. Yes, okay, but then what? So GnuGo can simply, yeah, that's it. These two stones are kind of dead now. Oh my god, what is he doing? Maybe that's the way to reduce the territory. That might be the way to reduce the territory. So maybe it just sacks the stones to reduce the territory. Yeah, so it's making black losing its own liberties. So he just sacks 3 stones, but in return, actually black is filling up its own liberties, and it might even die potentially. Well, probably not. Probably black still lives because he has this eye, and potentially, and here should be another eye as well. But you just see how nicely white has secured even more territory here. This is a fantastic game. Okay, so probably white plays here, right? Nope. Fantastic. Ah, he just secures the cut. Okay, so securing the cut is important, so now plays here, right? Okay, makes sense. So now what black do? Well, black tries to escape, so it just secures here calmly, and then black, nope. It welcomes to go further on. I'm not sure why is he doing that. Does he see some forced variation on how to capture? I'm not sure why he didn't play this move earlier. It's a little bit strange. This is a little bit strange to me. I'm not sure. Okay, so he kind of makes 2 eyes, so to make sure that all these stones are gonna be. Okay, so here is the idea, guys. So the reason why he didn't put this move here, because he wanted to connect his stones and to create 1 eye for sure. And here he can easily create another eye here or here, and in this case, this entire group of stones is gonna be alive. So this is very wise strategically. This is really wise. Okay, so now again, so black has very miserable. So 1, 2, 3 points. That's pretty much all about it. Only 3 points. Okay, and yeah, this group is dead. Yeah, this group is dead. You're done. Okay, this group is dead. It's not gonna kill it instantly, so probably we try to reduce here somewhere. Okay. Oh, sorry guys. Yeah, it just protects the cut, for otherwise it might turn up as a disaster. So yeah, just protect the cut point. Okay, so what's gonna happen here? So yeah, if white manages to connect here, then these stones are gonna be alive as well. Otherwise, they might be in danger potential. Well, maybe not because you can connect here as well. Okay, so let's summarize. So what black have? So this and and this and this, and this is it. What white has? White have this, white have this, white have this, and somewhere here maybe. Well, actually, probably black also have this. But anyway, I believe because of these dead stones, white should be crushingly winning this game. Because on the rest of the board, it seems to be fairly equal, more or less. And I didn't really understand this maneuver of sacrificing this whole lot of stones, to be honest. And now it seems like Pachi is going for a hunt. So he's going to kill the stones. Yeah, because there is nothing much really to do. Well, he can secure a couple of points here somewhere. Okay, so co here, right? So somewhere connects like this, for instance. Nope, it just avoids co. So now it should connect somewhere here to grab 1, 2, 3, 4 points potentially. It doesn't do that. Okay. Okay, what it does instead, so he now needs to protect this. So hopefully this is gonna be a living group at very least. Well, actually, this should be white's territory here. All right, so maybe plays here. Is it gonna be doing that? Nope. Some safeguard measure. I'm not sure why this move actually happens. So now I should play here. Okay. Okay, so this move might come later. So should secure here. Yeah, so white is alive. It has 3 eyes already. Okay, white is alive. So it just needs to connect here. Okay, now this black group is not going anywhere. Is this gonna get captured? Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah. So this cut. This cut is so white should, well, actually that doesn't make sense because no, white gets captured here instantly. Yeah, so this group seems to be alive, quite surprisingly. Okay, seems to be alive. So another measure to make sure he lives here, I believe. So now he has 2 eyes here. So here, right? Should play here, yeah. So now this is white's territory already. Now I should play here. Okay. Nope. Just protects the cut. That's interesting. Well, must have play here. Definitely. Nope. Whoa! this is cool. He just he protects, but meanwhile he earns another point of territory. That is so cool. That is so cool. Not sure what was the purpose of this sacrifice. Okay. Are these stones really in danger now? So why he goes back and forth, I'm not sure. That's a little bit strange. Why that is happening actually. So if it puts the stone here, the black simply protects and leaves, right? Now if he puts stone here, no, he still have 2 liberties. So yeah, probably this just doesn't work. Okay, so just trying to satisfy the borders of own territory for both players. Yeah, that does make sense, really. It does make sense. So yeah, this is the black's territory. This miserable black territory. This is the black's territory. This is the black's territory. Okay, so all this should be white territory. Well, now actually, yeah, I'm not sure. Well, probably all this should be white territory. So I still think that these stones are all dead. But I'm really wondering, is GnuGo gonna resign like the previous game, or it was still playing? Okay, so securing 2 eyes in the center to make sure it lives. That's fantastic. Okay, now Dragon Hunt starts. So you're gonna kill these guys. Okay, so both passed, and I believe that actually these stones are considered to be dead. So let's have a look at the score. Yeah, this stone is definitely considered to be bad, and we have white wins by 27 points. I'm not sure what the kami was. Maybe 5.5, maybe. I'm not sure, but the win is so, even if the kami was 7.5, so it's around 20 points better without kami. So you see, like, yeah, this is a crushing win by Pachi, and the reason why he wins actually because it's just is more creative. He's more dynamic. He can sacrifice the stones. He can do a whole lot of things, and I don't know, guys. For me personally, this is very inspiring and lots of things to learn from. Unfortunately, it's not that trivial to make an engine like this, and it's really takes time and effort. But anyway, so I hope you've enjoyed the video. This is it from my side. Thanks for watching. Until the next time, and take care.